Good evening, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on Friday, October 4th. TGIF. Well, you stand by for commentary. Well, I got about 80 responses back from you guys asking for the same thing in one way or another. Three of them were interesting. A Mr. Peter Washnicki, I believe the name is, a Lisa Wright, and a Barbara oh, Gotch, I believe. Anyway, well, to answer Lisa Wright's question here, she put it more eloquently than the other two. She said, "Dear favorite alien, I'm a staunch Democrat and would like to know why do you think we're not going to impeach President Trump? If you had a chance and say you were the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, what would you do to impeach?" Wow. If it's right, you really come to the point fast, huh? And you put me in a terrible position because you want me to be a Democrat. Sorry. Ooh, boy, that gives me heebie-jeebies when you say Democrat, you know? Anyway, well, Republicans are not much better. But let's answer your question the best way I can. Say I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee and just came in January 2018 and took over the chairmanship. My first thing was to go to a federal judge and find one that's not pro-Republican, not pro-Democrat, not pro-left or pro-right, but straight down the middle, and ask him to look at the firing of Miss Sally Yates, who was a holdover for Mr. Obama and a caretaker until Mr. Trump appointed an attorney general. So she was acting attorney general. When Mr. Trump came in, as soon as he assumed office, he wanted to establish his travel ban. Well, Miss Yates went to his counsel, Don McGahn, and I'm supposed, like she said in her uh, deposition, that she gave him the answers of why she was going to say no, that she was not going to honor that request of implementing the travel ban. So the question is, he went to President Trump, and either President Trump fired her or ordered him to fire her, one of the two. That we have to get resolved. And she got fired. President Trump implemented the travel ban. So I would ask the judge to look at that firing and see whether it was lawful or unlawful. If he says it was unlawful, that gives me a first chance to go constitutionally against the president, because he has unlawfully fired a civil servant. Then, on the second chance, uh, I would subpoena her to my committee and also Don McGahn. And I would ask her the same thing that the other committee did, with a little more tact on, okay, how did you tell special or House Counsel McGahn that you were not going to honor Mr. President Trump's request of implementing the travel ban? Then I would ask the same question to Mr. McGahn. Why? What did you tell President Trump, and what did he tell you? And that's going to be, interesting, his answer. Well, while this is going on, I would also go to the same judge and ask them to rule on the validity of the firing. Was it constitutionally or unconstitutional abuse of power? That's a tough order for a judge, but I would do that. Then when I got his ruling, I would take that ruling up to the appeals court and see if they agree with that ruling. If they did, I would put another subpoena in for the security chief or the White House chief of staff for him to answer questions on what went on with this firing. Then uh, I would ask for validity on the travel ban, whether it was constitutional or unconstitutional. And the judges will have to tell me that. That'll add another, instead of being uh, high crimes and misdemeanor, that becomes a breach of authority and breach of constitutional authority. That becomes the high crimes, not the misdemeanor. Then I would go to when the immigrants came in and they separated their families. I would do the same thing there and subpoena the guys that were involved in that. The chief of Homeland Security at the time, and get their information from there. That's how I would build my case. I don't have very much time in this video to answer your questions, Ms. Wright, but that is how I would subpoena, how I would build a case and use my subpoenas sparingly. And actually get a case so that I know that I have the Constitution behind me, so that when I do implement articles of impeachment, Mr. Trump will have nothing to back himself up, because I held all the cards, I held all the aces. This is how I would do it. I'm a very methodical guy here, and very much understand the Constitution and what you can and cannot do. Something that seems to be your House members, including Ms. Pelosi, and especially Chairman Nadler, do not understand. Well, I hope I answered all your questions here. I can go further in detail if you want, so just email me again. This is your favorite alien and Bubba saying good day.